Fun to use, if somewhat pricey when you factor in the ongoing cost of film, the Instax SQ6 delivers the kinds of results that its audience will no doubt love. It would be great to be able to use some of the shooting modes in combination with one another though, as results can be unpredictable. This is TechRadar's review summary that gives you all the key information you need if you're looking for quick buying advice in 30 seconds. Our usual full, in-depth review follows. Fujifilm's hugely popular Instax range of instant cameras is showing no sign of losing its sheen right now, but the company is still diversifying its range to ensure things remain that way. The SQ6 is one of 3 square models, its stablemates being the original SQ10 and most recent SQ20, but it's the only fully analog option to accept square format prints. These measure 62 x 62 mm, which is 1.3 times the size of the Instax Mini prints common to most of the other Instax options like the Instax Mini 8. A pack of 10 prints will set you back around £10/$12, although you can make things most cost effective by buying a twin pack for around £17/$20 a pop. You can even jazz things up with black bordered prints, although these are a little pricier. Despite being straightforward to use, you still have a good deal of control over how exactly the SQ6 goes about capturing images. You can suppress the flash and capture double exposures, and there's even the option to capture slightly brighter or darker images if you reckon this will benefit the final image. There's also a special mode for selfies and a mirror in the front plate to instruct your composition, as well as a self-timer option and a tripod mount. Results can be a little unpredictable, both in terms of focus and exposure. Even once you know where the different focusing options operate in terms of subject distances, misfocused results easily occur. At around £1/$1 an image, this experimentation doesn't come cheap, so you should be prepared for this and stock up on film. When the camera does get it right, however, results can be perfectly pleasing. The size of the prints is great for scrapbooks, wallets, and/or pinboards, arguably making a little more sense than the smaller mini format prints. Ultimately, the Instax SQ6 is easy and fun to use but not the cheapest nor most consistent camera of its kind. It still makes our list of best instant cameras, though. Much like every other Instax camera, the Instax SQ6 is all about fun. So, fun-loving millennials and anyone born more recently than that are likely to make up the overwhelming majority of its audience, although it will no doubt be found at many weddings, parties and other events with a broader demographic. With a focal length equivalent to around 66 mm and 35 mm terms, selfies captured at arm's length result in a framing that's just a little tighter than a typical head and shoulders composition, which is pretty much spot on when you want the focus to be solely on your face. The double exposure feature works well, with the light above its icon flashing after the first image is captured to remind you to take another. Although it works best if you capture scenes with similar luminance to ensure the exposure works for both scenes. Images exhibit a classic instant camera quality, with slightly desaturated colors and dense shadows. This is all part of the charm. Of course, we're not seeking perfection, more a certain aesthetic quality. Even so, it pays to know how the camera will respond in a given situation so that you know when to intervene. For example, it appears to give slightly bright images as standard, so many situations benefit from the flash being deactivated, even when it appears to make sense, such as against backlighting, and the shooting mode set to darken. Highlight details tend to blow quite easily, although the camera doesn't seem to easily underexpose scenes that contain larger brighter areas such as skies, which is a relief. The newest member of the Square family, the SQ20 fuses analog capture on the same square film as the SQ6 with digital capture courtesy of a 1.5" type sensor. It also boasts an LCD and the option to apply filters to images, and even video recording,